Hello, my name is Ty Jones, and this is my rebuttal speech for my speech class, and these are my audience members. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy. We live in a world today that has a sad reality. That reality is that there are many mentally unstable individuals who look to cause harm however they can. One common way these individuals look to cause harm in America today is by bringing a firearm to school and taking the lives of as many children as possible. Obviously, we as a people discuss and argue the many solutions that could be best to stop our schools from being dangerous places. One solution that has been presented by many people is to arm teachers with guns. Although I do believe there are a few limited benefits to this, I absolutely believe it does more harm than good. Today, we will go over 3 arguments that are used when bringing up this solution. 1, that teachers being armed gives students peace of mind. 2, that it protects students. And 3, that this is something that teachers want to be done. After presenting these arguments and their flaws, I hope you will see why we should not arm teachers with guns. The first argument that I will address is that some students will feel safer and have a better peace of mind knowing that a teacher is armed. While this may be true for some students, there is an overwhelming amount of evidence to show that more guns do not make people feel safe. Tish Jennings, who is an expert on stress, but more specifically an expert on teacher stress, had this to say regarding whether or not guns would have an impact on the learning environment. Given what I know as a former teacher and as a scientist who studies teacher stress, I would expect that more guns in schools wielded by teachers would be extremely dangerous and would negatively impact the learning environment. Teachers also spend a great deal of their time building a trusting relationship with students so that they are comfortable and can learn as much as possible. Forcing or telling teachers that they must have a gun negates much of their overall work to make students trust them and feel comfortable. The second argument that I will address is that students will be better protected from mass murderers if teachers are armed. While there is no doubt in my mind, again, that certain situations will be better with a teacher having a gun, I also believe there are no doubt terrible situations that could be amplified from this. Imagine there's a shooter in the building and they happen to kill a teacher. That perpetrator would then have access to the teacher's gun, which just makes the situation worse. Another example would be a student who has terrible thoughts of committing mass murder, but has no access at all to a deadly weapon. That student then finds out that his or her teacher has a gun in their desk, and that gives them an alleyway to commit this terrible act of violence. Another issue I have knowing the teacher has a gun is would a teacher having a gun prevent anything from happening at all? The trained law enforcement officer at Stoneman Douglas High School, or also known as the Parkland shooting, froze when he heard shots raining out in the school. He was an officer who was trained specifically for school shootings, and he still froze in that situation. Teachers having a gun do not necessarily make students safe, and as you can in fact see, it amplifies some really terrible situations. The final argument that I will propose today is that teachers want to have guns. There are absolutely certain teachers out there that would feel safer with guns and having them in their desk. However, there are many teachers out there that feel just the opposite. There are many teachers who feel underpaid, and they believe carrying a firearm raises the responsibility of being a teacher without raising the pay. Many say to this, well, why not just give bonuses to the teachers that carry firearms? This could cause tension in schools. Why would a teacher who carries a gun be any more valuable than another teacher who does not carry a gun? Another negative effect of this, I believe, is because teachers are underpaid, there's also a shortage of teachers in many areas. A major concern that I have if we force our teachers to have guns is that many teachers will retire or quit because of this. Teachers generally just want to do their job. Many teachers become teachers because they love educating the youth and helping the next generation. Protecting students by having a gun was not part of the job description for many teachers when they wanted to become a teacher. Today, I believe I've shown you many of the negative impacts of arming teachers can have. It can negatively impact the learning environment, students' health, and how teachers feel about their jobs. There's certainly a need for a solution to mass murder in America, but I do not believe giving ordinary teachers deadly weapons is the answer to that problem. Thank you.